Hello, my name is Joshua Thompson. I'm an attorney here at Pacific Legal Foundation. I'm here today to talk to you about a case where PLF recently filed an amicus brief called Fisher v. University of Texas. This is a case out of the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals, but to give you a little background, in the early 1990s, Texas had instituted a policy in its admissions, the University of Texas had instituted a policy in its admissions to grant preferences on the basis of skin color. Now, they did this purportedly to increase diversity at the University of Texas. But in 1996, a Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals panel ruled that that policy was unconstitutional under the Equal Protection Clause because diversity was not a compelling state interest under the Equal Protection Clause. Now, in the years following that decision, which was called Hopwood versus University of Texas, the Texas State Legislature passed a law called the Top 10% Law. What this law did is it allowed for persons that graduated from Texas high schools in the top 10% of their class were granted automatic admission to the University of Texas. Now, this clearly did not treat people differently based on their skin color. It granted a preference, but only a preference insofar as their academic achievement. It was a race-neutral policy. Now, what this race-neutral policy achieved was the exact same levels of diversity that the University of Texas had when they were using these race-conscious policies before the Hopwood decision. However, in 2003, the United States Supreme Court, in a very famous decision called Grutter v. Bollinger, ruled that diversity was a compelling state interest. In other words, they took the opposite position from the Fifth Circuit in Hopwood. Now, even though the University of Texas had achieved diversity goals under these race-neutral means, under this top 10% law, they decided that nevertheless, we're going to go back and institute race-conscious policies. We're going to give preferences to persons based on their skin color. Now, two female Caucasian high school students found that this policy was unconstitutional, because, in large part, Texas had already shown, the University of Texas has already shown that they did not need to discriminate against people in order to achieve diversity. So these two students, Abigail Fisher and Rachel Michalowicz, filed suit against the University of Texas in a case called Fisher v. University of Texas. Now, last year, the district court in Texas ruled that even though Texas could achieve its diversity goals through race-neutral policies, as they had shown, they still had a compelling interest in diversity, and that the court was going to defer to their determination of what they needed to do. And therefore, they ruled against Ms. Fisher and Ms. Michalowicz in their suit and ruled in favor of the University of Texas. Now, that case was then appealed to the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals early last year. Now, that case is now before the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals, and PLF, along with the National Association of Scholars and the Center for Equal Opportunity, filed an amicus brief in that case. Now, PLF argues two basic points. Its first point is that the deference that the lower court accorded or afforded the University of Texas in its finding of a compelling state interest is antithetical to strict scrutiny under the Equal Protection Clause. Now, when government classifies people on the basis of race, they need to meet strict scrutiny. What this means is that they need to show that they exhausted race-neutral alternatives, that they had a compelling need to institute racial classifications, and that this was the least restrictive means to achieve that interest. Now, obviously, it stands to reason that it could not be the least restrictive means if they could achieve these means through race-neutral alternatives, which we contend that they did, and that they could, and that they did. Now, the second point that PLF argues in its brief is that the concept of diversity that is used by the University of Texas is quite pernicious. What the University of Texas does is it groups people on the basis of broad racial stereotypes. It groups people as either Asians, or as African Americans, or as Hispanics. Now, this is similar to saying, Israelis and Palestinians are all Mideasterners. There's nothing different between them. But the Equal Protection Clause requires that the state must treat people according to individuality. Must treat persons, they don't treat groups. But Texas inverts this concept. It treats people according to their groups. It treats all Hispanics the same. It treats Cubans the same as it treats Mexicans, the same as it treats Brazilians. It treats Japanese and Chinese and Vietnamese all as Asians, and it treats people basically according to group stereotypes. Now, PLF has a problem with this. One of the great advances of the civil rights era was its rejection of group stereotyping. Now, there's obviously a number of other very interesting things about this case, and you feel free to read more on PLF's website at pacificlegal.org, pacificlegal.org, or at PLF's Liberty blog, plf.typepad.com. Thank you.